All right, the story of Perseus. Here we go. So one day there was a king, right? And he really wanted a son, but he didn't have a son because he only had like that one daughter. So he went to seek like an oracle, and he went up to her, and the oracle's just like, "Listen, bro, you're not gonna have a son, but your grandson is gonna kill your ass." So the king is just like, "Oh hell no!" So he took his only daughter, locked her up in a tower, for the rest of her life. So she can't have kids because virgin for life. So his daughter decided to pray to Zeus for some reason, and Zeus was just like sitting on his throne, and he looks at his watch and is just like, it's 8 o'clock, time to go cheat on my wife. And then he heard the prayer and he's just like, good enough. So what he did was he turned himself into golden dust, and then he sprinkled himself into the lap of the girl and impregnated her. How this works is beyond comprehension and is baffling to me, but this is Greek mythology, so we shouldn't really question anything. So the girl got pregnant, and the dad was just like, crap. So he put his daughter into a big ass urn, which is like a vase type thing, and then yeeted her into the ocean. So she's floating through the ocean, and then she gets fished out by a fisherman, and then the boy is born, and his name is Perseus, and he grows up to be hella big. So the king of that country falls in love with Perseus's mom, and Perseus looks at the king and is just like, hell no, this dude shady as hell. And the king wants to get rid of him, so he makes like this big ass party. And at the party, Perseus is invited, and each guest is told to bring a gift. Now Perseus is poor AF because he's a fisherman, and he walks up to the king just like, sorry bro, I don't got you any presents, but ask for anything and I'll do it for you. So the king is just like, this is a perfect opportunity to kill this dude. So he says, bring me the head of the Medusa. Now Medusa, she literally turns dudes to stone, or anybody to stone for that matter. So it was pretty much impossible to kill her. So Percy is just like, I got you, fam. And then he sets off on his journey, right? So then Athena and Hermes show up, and Athena is just like, bro, you need all the help you can get. So she gives him a shield, and then Hermes, he hooks him up with like a sword and his flying sandals. So then Perseus goes to the what are they called? Like the oracles? Something like that. Anyway, so the three witches with the one eye, the creepy things. And they don't want to tell him nothing. And he's just like, alright, fine. So he steals their eye, right? And they're just like, we can't see. We're sorry, bro. So he gives it back, and they're just like, okay, cool. And they tell him where Medusa is. She's on this one island. So he flies his ass over there. And he like sneaks past like the two sisters of Medusa, and he walks up to Medusa, and then they fight a little bit, and Medusa's like, rawr. But Perseus uses the shield as a mirror and cuts her head off, and then puts it in a bag. So he's flying back to the kingdom to prove that he actually won. And on the way there, he spots a chick, and she is chained to the big ass rock. So he's just like, what the hell's going on? I better go investigate. So the reason why this chick was chained to a rock is because she's a princess of this kingdom, right? And she's pretty AF. But the mother, she was just like, oh, my daughter's pretty as hell. She's probably prettier than the gods. And so Poseidon was just like, we ain't having none of that. And then he said that I will destroy this entire kingdom unless y'all give me the girl as a sacrifice. So, they was in a tough spot. So that's what they go and do. So, then suddenly this big ass monster showed up, and Perseus was just like, crap. So him and the big ass monster begin to fight. And eventually Perseus' shoes stopped working for some reason because he got them wet, and apparently that makes them useless. So he had to fight the monster one-on-one on the rocks, which is pretty badass, and he actually killed it by himself. So, damn. Anyway, so he rescued the chick, And then he just like, she my wife now, piss off. So they got married. And then he flew back to his own kingdom. And during this time, I don't know how long he was gone, but Perseus' mother was abused by the king of that one country. And so Perseus went over there and he's just like, oh hell no, we fighting, bruh. So he's just like, hey king, I've returned. Here's Medusa. And pointed the Medusa at the king, and the king became into a stone. So, you know, he's just like, okay, cool. You know, and the people were just like, I mean, you killed him, but the king was kind of a dick, so it's all good. And his grandfather, you know, the dude who was afraid he was going to get killed, he's just like, oh crap, Perseus is still alive. What am I going to do? He's like this great hero. He has like Medusa's, you know, face in his bag. So the king's just like, and then like escapes his own kingdom. He's just like, sorry bros, I gotta go. My grandson's gonna come and kill me. But Perseus, he was a nice dude. He didn't want to do any of that. He even gave all the magical items back to the gods, because he's cool like that. So anyway, Perseus was one day visiting a different kingdom, and they were having like the Olympic sports and everything. And he was doing a discus throw. And so he like takes a discus and yeets it at the crowd for some reason. And he hits his grandfather in the face, and his grandfather died. So the prophecy is fulfilled. And that's the story of Perseus. Hope you liked it. Goodbye.